and protect the citizens of our community. With less personnel, we have 30 personnel, and we're running 2 ambulances. Guys, the fire department, as we all know, is an insurance policy. We all pay homeowners insurance. If something goes bad, we got it there. That's what the fire department is. We did the ambulance because the city was having financial constraints. There was no ambulances available, on and on and on. There were several different reasons to this whole puzzle. We stepped up and did it. We had 6 guys at the time go to paramedic school, which is about 18 months of training. It's no easy feat for anybody. And we did it.
Gladfelder, your 3 minutes have expired, so could you please try to wrap this up?
I'll try to wrap
Let's
it
get
up.
past this right now.
The other thing is, when we talk about money and the taxpayers, and that's what we're here for tonight, is the taxpayers' safety and the safety of our citizens. How much tax money are they going to get back if they cut our services? I don't know if they'll tell you, but I'll tell you, you ain't going to get a nickel back. All right? We all know that. The cost is there. The other thing is with the ambulance services. Back when there was no ambulances available, there was roughly, I think it was 4,600 calls, something like that, for this side of the county back then in 05, 06. Last year, this side of the county ran almost 7,300 calls. So the call numbers are going up. And we had services go out when they couldn't handle that. Now there's more calls of service. How are we going to be able to do that?
Please try to wrap this up.
Yep. And the other thing that I don't think the general public knows about is when we talk about cost, and somebody brought up about, well, why do we keep approving these things or approving these raises or these contracts? We said here 2 years ago at a council meeting, when there was a contract getting ready to be voted on, and there was raises in the contract that we advised the council not to give. Because the fact of the matter is, somebody's got to take the first step of not taking a raise or taking a less raise. The opportunity was there. In our contract, we had a 4-year contract, or mid-contract. It basically states out it's a me too. So if they can't go and give another department a 10% raise and try to take 2% from us, is why that was in there. We advised the council, please do not approve this. If you guys are truly broke and don't have the financing to do it, it's going to get passed on to everybody else. And what did they do? We passed it. So these are how things have come up, and we have come to the table and tried to work some things out with them. The other thing we did I do want to touch on, and I'm done after this one, is economic development. We all know I've got a gentleman on our apartment in the back of the room that has been beating a drum for 4 to 6 years about economic development. And that's better for all of us. And we haven't done anything. We have no economic developer at this point in time for the city for 6 years.
Where do you suppose the money comes from for that?
We offered to take no raise, and the mayor turned me down flat, multiple times. Sorry.
That's where we get creative. How can we incentivize people coming in at a base rate? They bring something, maybe we incentivize them. The thing is, there's a lot of information that clearly you guys don't have together, and we need to dig up some more information as well. But I think it would be absolutely crazy and irresponsible to vote on this thing tonight. Woo!
Are there others who wish to address the council? Okay, I just
Jeff Villegas, Mattoon Fire Department. I've been here since 2001. Thank you. Prior to that, I worked at Mitchell Jordan. Got my EMS start there. And throughout my time in EMS since 1998 to present, the number of medical calls has went up drastically. 7,653 calls last year alone. 6 ambulances on this side of the county, from 1,000 east over to the county line west. That's what we cover. This isn't just a city of Mattoon problem that we're affecting. We got people down in Trill that will be affected by this decision. 6 ambulances on this side of the county, and Charleston has still had to come up. We don't want them to go anywhere. We want them to thrive because we see the need for 6 ambulances minimum on this side of the county to protect every single one of you sitting in there. Not just us, that's including them. They're part of this too. We go out every day busting our butts for you, and now they're wanting to take away a service for you. That's all I have. Thank you.
My name is Rex Barnes. I'm a firefighter studying your experience. I want to apologize for being out of order. I thought maybe I would follow the rules and request a moment to speak. We have brought it to them to compromise with them. If we took no raise or a small raise, would they put those funds towards an economic development? What that would do for you, ladies and gentlemen, is it would help grow the sales tax base, which would take pressure off their budget so they could tax you less. It would also hopefully take pressure off your property taxes as they build new commercial buildings that are now on the tax rolls. We have asked them, do they have a 5 or 10-year plan? Growth, management for the city. Do they tend to this plan and cultivate it? To my knowledge, they do not. Because it's not just about restaurants and somewhere to shop. It's about the good jobs that we don't have in this community like we used to. The light manufacturing that we should be getting in our industrial park. We have a railroad, we have an interstate, we have a university, we have the local junior college, and they turn us down flat. I apologize for my passion, but I think you can tell from the way I'm feeling right now that I'm telling you the truth. Mr. Mayor, I've asked you many times, we need an economic developer exactly for this city, and you keep turning us down. Please tell the truth to the citizens. I just have. Thank you.
There's a couple things that I would like to address. Someone brought up the work comp. Reduce our work comp. Work comp, our insurance companies that provide work comp to us say there's 3 things that they look at. The number of employees that we have in each department, the salaries that they make in each department, and their claims. Last year, the work comp in the fire department went up $197,000.
Because you don't have enough money.
Basically, mainly because of the numbers and the salaries. And they did have some questions.
Because there's not enough men for every call.
The pensions went up $300,000 last year for the firefighters that we have retired on staff. We cannot continue to put more burden on the pensions. They're $35 million, almost $36 million liability right now on fire department pensions. 911 calls, there again, I don't think we should be bigger government. We got to be respectful of the private entities, the businesses in town. We want to grow businesses in town, as you said. The economic development, we do work with Coles together. They've been very helpful and responsible to get Calcan up there to expand millions of dollars. We've gotten a lot of growth through new businesses. Hershey Metal Meisters is up there in the industrial plant. They came from Robinson. They employ 15 people. That might not sound like a lot, but every little bit helps, especially when we lose places like GE. And Coles Together has been a big part of that. We contract with them. We do talk to economic development people all the time, brokers for different people like the mall. There's a lot of it that goes in effect that people don't understand. It's on number counts. They have all the information on your cell phones and your credit cards, where you spend money. they keep track of that. They know when we go to Effingham or Champaign and shop, and they know how far we'll drive to do that. They do traffic counts, which is, you know, the interstates through Effingham. Everybody wants to know why Effingham does that. It's so many. They got 100,000 cars going through there. It's a big difference than the 19,000 that we got going down 57. So we do work hard. We've got not one person set up for economic development. I do part of it. The chamber works with us very well to do a part of that. Angelia with tourism work with companies. I've got local businessmen that help. I would like to have an economic developer at some point. We would, but we've got to get our funds in order first. We've talked with our attorneys, like I said. We've got some different opinions on whether we can get rid of the ambulance service or not, get out of the ambulance service or not. We know we need to negotiate with the unions, but I still think this is the right decision. It's my recommendation to the city.
No, it's not.
Leave it at that. Oh, one last
Is he
thing
gonna
that we did
take a pay
is
cut?
the number of calls that they said has gone up. We've done the same thing with the police department. I can't give you a figure of how many calls have gone up in the police department.
And they have more
It's a
money.
lot. I can guarantee it's probably a higher percentage, and we've done it with less people.
They still have more.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you haven't shut the police department down.
No.
I shut the fire department down either.
Yeah, but you're shutting an ambulance service down.
Okay, let's just cut it. One thing I would add to what Mr. Field has said, I get involved somewhat in economic development to some extent. I have personally called the chief executive officers of 2 corporations, large corporations, to talk with them about developing something here in Mattoon. Kyle and I have spoken to both of them at one time. And we've worked with, as he mentioned, Coles together as well. So there are a lot of people, even though we don't have anyone designated as an economic development coordinator, we do have a number of people in the community and organizations that are involved in economic development. Are there any others who wish to address the item regarding the ambulance service and not anything else?
Mayor, I'm sorry, I got 2 quick questions, and it's just because Kyle brought up the police department, it's been brought up a couple times. My first question would be, how much does the police department cost? And the second question is, how much revenue do they bring in to offset the cost?
Okay, that's a totally different. The number of calls, Chief Branson.
We did just a little over 37,000 calls last year with an average of 4 guys on the street at the time.
30,000.
But how much, that wasn't one of my questions, but I appreciate that.
Yeah,
But how much does the police department cost? What's their budget?
almost 5.8 million.
And what kind of revenue numbers do you guys bring in?
I didn't come prepared for that. We do generate revenue, but it's very minuscule, very minuscule.
100,000?
That has nothing to do with. There are no other individuals who would like to address the council. I would like to go to the council and go around here and see if the council members themselves would have any comments that they would like to make, and we'll start with Commissioner Thomas.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate that, and I do respect the passion and the interest that everybody has shown here tonight with their comments. My personal opinion is that I believe that the tight taxpayer resources can and should be used in areas that are not already provided by private industry. Those services are provided, and they will continue. They may be provided on a continual basis in an expanded fashion, but they will. We will have an ambulance service in the city of Mattoon. I have full respect for the fire department and the job that they do, but I also don't believe in spending money that we don't have, and we just don't have it. And it's only getting worse, and I don't believe in committing money into the future that we can't afford and burdening the taxpayers into the future. This is part of our job to look into 5, 10, 15 years down the road and set this community on the right path, both physically, and for the services they're providing. And that's what we're trying to do. It's not an easy decision. Nobody likes it. If money weren't an issue, we wouldn't be here discussing this tonight, but it is. And once again, while I do agree and respect with some of the things that were said, there's some things that have been said here tonight that's purely people's opinion and perspective. So I do appreciate everyone being here with their comments. Thank you.
Commissioner Grady?
I would just like to first and foremost, I have the utmost respect for firefighters in general. I don't know if any of you know, as both of my boys on other sides of the community are firefighter paramedics. I don't discuss this with them, but they voice their opinion to me. I have the utmost respect for the fire department. Most always, not all of them, but a lot of the firemen started at Jordan's, have worked for Greg, my son included one of them. And I don't know about guns, because unfortunately I've never had to use them, but so this is not personal at all. I have the utmost respect, and I know that comments made that probably some of your firefighters would like to go back to just being firemen, rather than having to take on we're not getting rid of Station 3. We're not cutting anything on the west side of town. But the fact is that the pension, the unfunded pension that hit our balance sheet at almost $100 million. I look at this that was published back in 2016. The firefighters that have retired by then contributed $2.1 million. They've drawn $27 million in funding. 10, 20 years ago, when the interest rates were 10%, we were able to churn that. We were able to do that. What are we giving out? Less than 2% on a return on our investment. It's just not feasible to continue to fund this if we're not making money, or at least breaking even. That's all we're trying to do. So, again, I have the utmost respect for the fire department, for the ambulance services. I've used both of them, or had the opportunity to use those services, and I just want you to know that it's strictly, we're looking at numbers. We cannot continue the way we're going.
Mr. Owen? Any comments?
Well, to me, this comes down, I've been involved with the city for probably 15 or 16 years. For those that don't know, I was a city attorney and city treasurer for 10 years. We've been cutting people for the last 15 years. In 2005, we had 45 more people than we have right now. Firefighters, police officers, public works. We've done absolutely everything we can to shift expenses to different departments. I'll use finance as an example. There's 6 ladies downstairs. Not a single person comes out of the general fund budget. Everybody is allocated to water, to sewer. Only a small portion is out of the general fund budget. I believe it's a third of Beth's salaries and a third of Robin Hunter's salaries. That's it. We've had to move everybody else's salary to water and sewer to try to make ends meet. We've cut, again, 41 people in the last 11 years. Every department is at the lowest it's ever been. During that time frame, the last 11 years, our health care costs have gone up 132%, $2.4 million, even with 35% less people. Our overall pension costs are up $1.4 million, 76% over the last 11 years. And we have no control over pension costs. Pensions are set by the state of Illinois, and they're set, and it says for every, Tony earns X amount of pension for being here. Same with the fire police department, same with the IMRF employees. We have no control over them. We can negotiate raises with employees. That's about all we can do. On the revenue side, our revenues over the same period of time are up $4.5 million. So in the same 11 years, we've got $4.5 million more in revenue, and I just outlined $3.7 million in only pension and health care costs. That does not include the raises we've given employees. That does not include the cost of workers' comp or any other insurance or any other cost that's in that too. We've joked for years that the only thing that's in the general fund is personnel costs and paperclip, because because that's literally what it is. There's nothing else that we pay out of the general fund. Every other large expense, we've had to shift to a different fund because there's no money. We continuously have done this, and we've continuously laid off people for the last 15 years. That's going to continue because your pensions aren't going down, your healthcare costs aren't going down. Nobody here's taken a decreased cut in pay in the last 15 years. The average is probably 2.5% or 3%. Nobody in town's getting that. I'm sorry, that's the truth. Our personnel costs are outstripping our ability to raise funds. And we don't control a single revenue item on our income statement. Sales tax, we can't raise that without a referendum. Property tax, we're PTEL limited. Utility tax, we're capped out. We've raised our utility tax the most we can. Video gaming tax, set by the state. Simplified telecommunication tax, set by the state. Video gaming, cable franchise, gas electric franchise. There's not a single revenue item that we can raise to offset those costs. So for the last 15 years, what have we done? We've decreased every department we can. And now at the point, we're gonna have to decrease again. So do we decrease services that are duplicated out in the public sector? Because there is an ambulance service in town through Dunn's and Mitchell Jordan before we cut the cops? Because nobody in town is gonna answer that phone call when they dial 911 for a burglary. Because nobody's gonna fix a pothole in private service on our street or pave a sidewalk or do anything like that. We're the ones that have to take care of it. I'm sorry, it comes down to a duplicated service and it comes down to dollars and cents. We can't afford to continue spending money we don't have. The only thing we can look at is a service that's duplicated out in the community, where there are two other providers providing that service. I don't see we have any other option at this point in time. Let's cut that service. Thank you.
Yes, I have something to say. I happen to be the fire commissioner. Some of the couple of guys back there kind of shaking their heads. I had a couple-hour meeting with them last Friday. Appreciate, by the way, their comments and the information they provided to me. It was a potentially a tough meeting, but something that we had to have. Got kind of something I wrote down here that I'd like to share with everybody is that there's no doubt we need to make changes to the operations of the ambulance service that will significantly reduce costs by the beginning of the next budget year. So my point is we have to do something. I think you've heard that around the table. My problem with making any decision tonight relates to three things. Do we have enough time to get a budget reduction agreement with the necessary parties to stay in this business? Second question, if the city council votes to eliminate this service, will the standards of performance and the enforcement of those standards be adequate to provide good ambulance service to the citizens of Mattoon? Third question, if we vote to eliminate this service, are there other organizations that will agree to adequately handle backup calls and provide additional services such as transport if needed by the citizens of Mattoon?